What's good, y'all? It's the Good Witch. Thank you for watching Sip with the Witch as we learn, laugh, love, and grow together. Learning our likenesses and focusing on the things that we have in common versus the things that we do differently. Becoming more one with ourselves so that we can become more one with the all. Learning how to see people for people and not for things and what they have and what they do. We put so much emphasis on what you do and what you have that we forget to actually see who people are. So, thank you so much for being a willing participant in the ascension of the world. Welcome to Sip with the Witch.
They have access to different things. Yeah, you know, like when on the drive to New Orleans, Marty slept and Alex, he was looking at YouTube, and I was listening, you know, just driving and listening to what was being said, and I had to ask, like, what are you watching? Because that is like beyond what a 6-year-old should be talking about right now, or even listening to. Like, what? Okay, I get it now. But you know, that's how he's so smart. You know, that's how he just talks about all sorts of stuff. So some of it can just be weird.
The crazy thing that's the new norm, because from tablets, cell phones, computers, podcast. I mean, it's different.
Even Julian, he knows how to find his favorite. He's 1.5, and he knows how, because it's touchscreen, the phone. He knows how to slide it. See, that's my little issue right now. But yeah, he knows how to slide it and hit the.
Oh yeah, she got spirits all over here, and they interact with you.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, that the spirits interact.
That'd be cool.
Does Don want something?
Yeah, that trips me out. You know, he knows which video. She had to get the YouTube Premium because he'd get frustrated by the commercials and throw it.
Everybody gets That's relatable. Like I said,
Because I was trying to do the same with my son. It starts hitting. I'm like, we're going to do that.
Yeah.
Broke one.
Yeah, that's why we had to go get a new phone from Metaphysicist.
Okay.
I'll put the Kid case on.
He threw the phone.
Try to keep a bag.
Okay. I'm going to sit here and get to my last one while y'all. Need anything in it?
Oh no, that's good. Just like that.
Okay. It's honey and oat milk. I didn't even put like whiskey in it like I normally do.
This time.
We so good.
Well, mine has rum in it, so
Oh,
I was serious.
once upon a time. Yours has rum in it?
Yes, I put Kahlua in my. This is actually a chai tea with Kahlua in it.
Okay. And you wearing red and you wearing purple and black today.
That's a good
I was actually gonna wear all white, and I changed my mind because I just changed my mind while I was putting it on.
Okay.
You're like, nope.
No, this isn't working. Let's throw this away.
I don't feel it.
So red and purple, or excuse me, I keep saying red, but black and purple are the colors of the nation of the dead in Voodoo, and they all drink rum.
Coincidence? This is.
Focus on the wires. There you go. Good job.
Okay, so before we start recording, let me ask you some questions so I can get some ready.
Okay.
So I can do your introduction properly.
All right.
Because I've heard great things about you from him. I love the store. I love everything about the video. I've been there multiple times. I've actually seen you. I don't know, you were like, last time I seen you there, I think you were doing an interview on a 5.
Someone was interviewing me?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you were sitting outside in the back.
Oh, okay.
And I brought some people with me and showed them the store. And we spoke, but you were in the middle of an interview, and me being me, I just started talking. And you were like, I'm busy right now. So me being me, I just walked up to the back thing and just started talking. And he was like, wait, now I'm busy. Okay. Bye.
Well, now you got me. I'm here.
Now I got you.
Yeah, I'm not busy. Well, I'm busy with you.
Okay. So, Absalom's, what's the entire name of this one?
Absalom's Midtown Mojo Manufacturers.
Okay. Are we doing the pre-sip now?
Yes.
Okay. Absalom's
Midtown Mojo Manufacturers.
Midtown Mojo Manufacturers. I memorized it when I talked to you, but I'm trying. Midtown Mojo Manufacturers.
That's
What
how
street
it
is it on?
started. 4023 Polk Street.
On Polk Street. And I'll let you say the 4023 part. I'll just let you give the address.
Okay.
I remember Polk Street.
I wake up, flex, thumb down that check. No drip this, tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell 'em run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down that check. No drip this, tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell 'em run it up. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me.
Hello, hello, hello all, and welcome to Sip with the Witch. Today we have a very special guest for you. His name is Absalom. Some people may call him Doc, but we're going to respectfully call him Absalom today. He not only owns one of the best magical shops in Houston. There's so many words to describe this particular space, this land. Everything that it sits on from the entrance to the outside is amazing. Inside and up the stairs and through the doors, it's an entire energy center. You'll love it there. It's on Polk Street, but we'll get there later. He runs, owns, operates, makes sure that the energy is perfect in that space. He is also a conjure doctor. He is also a mentor and a teacher to many, many people in our spiritual community. Some who are in our spiritual community and some who want to be in our spiritual community, but encourages them all to grow. He is a beautiful individual, and you can tell that by simply sitting next to the being that we call Absalom.
Thank you.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
So, as I said, I've been to the store many times. I go get a lot of things from the store. How did the space of Absalom's Midtown Mojo Marketplace manufacturer come about? Yo, I've been trying to memorize the name verbatim because I'm from Houston, so we call it Absalom's, but it's an entire name. And it's not just Absalom's on Polk Street like I like to tell people. It is
Absalom's Midtown Mojo Manufacturers at 4023 Polk Street.
There you go. So from the being himself, Absalom's Midtown Mojo Manufacturers. Anyone who knows me knows that because of my career in healthcare, I abbreviate everything.
Mm-hmm.
So
MMM.
Yes. Yes, so I will probably never say that whole name, but I know what it is now. I know it's Absalom's on Polk Street, but again, it is the place to go if you have anything, any spiritual need.
I was born into a tradition. My mother is in our tradition called a madrina, which is a godmother. Mm-hmm. Traditionally, they pray over pregnant women during their 9 months of pregnancy and stuff like that, and spiritually care for them. and then give a blessing to the baby when they're born. My grandmother, her mother is a curandera, traditional Mexican healer, and she was known from here to Nuevo León in Mexico, and they called her La Reina, the queen. And my training with her and herbs started from a very young age, you know, and not just me, all of us, my cousins, everybody, we grew up with that. And that is how I began experimenting with things, is you treat yourself first with the things you know.
Right.
And after curandesmo, I was introduced to the New Orleans traditions. And that's where my refinement in my practice came. I was an apprentice of a hoodoo and a witch named Big John here in Houston for decades. I've known him since I was 16. And he taught me everything I know about formulation. How to mix, how to portion, how to divide florals and scents, by all of those things. And but I spent a lot of time sweeping floors and cleaning out oil vials and things like that before I even knew a recipe.
Right.
You know, and
as we should.
Yeah, and then I refined more of that practice in New Orleans. Oh God, over a course of 10 years. Learning first the religion of Voodoo, you know, who are the spirits, how do you serve them, you know, and then a refinement of that through ethics and morals with another New Orleans conjure doctor named Louis Martinet. And that was when I became a conjure doctor. And from there, how Midtown came back to be was when I had finally gone through all of that education and stuff along the way as a young formulist to make a little extra money on the side. I'd make oils and powders for people and stuff like that. And that led to actually doing a show. We had a show called Bayou City Conjure Radio.
Okay.
And we teach people that and how to do things. And then from there, it all comes back to your ancestors. My grandmother had a practice that she had a little shop for a long time until she couldn't run it anymore. And she got to her age and she crossed over. And when she crossed over, the things that I was doing already in my life, you know, social work and stuff like that, she said it was very important that I re-examine things and that this need to happen.
Oh, they do it to you, don't they?
Oh,
right
yeah.
before that.
And like clockwork, I mean like clockwork.
They do it to you.
She gave us a message on December 25th, and she packed her bags and took her trip on January 1st. And on January 1st, she reminded me of what she had told me, and it hit hard. You know, death's always hit hard. But I went back to New Orleans the next year to go see my priestess Miriam up there. She has the New Orleans Voodoo Spiritual Temple. And I talked to her about a shop and stuff like that, and I didn't know what to do, and I'd received this message from my grandmother, and what did she think about it? You know, she was my only mentor now, left alive, and she said, well, baby, you have to do it, and I'll help you however you need. She said, I'm going to give you the biggest advice you need to know, though. I said, what's that? I thought she was going to tell me some big, elaborate message. She says, just make sure you pay the rent. Okay.
It's an important thing to do. I'm just saying, there's no shop if you don't do it. Yeah. So that was an important message.
Oh, yeah. And so that's how we began, really, was to look at the real estate.
Right.
You know, and the reason why we became Midtown Mojo Manufacturers is because that was the location of where it all was born, in 3rd Ward, you know, at the crossroads of Cleburne and Chartres.
Okay.
And that's where we were born. And at 4002 Chartres And apartment number 1, it was an apartment, and it was a 2-bedroom apartment with a living room and a little kitchen.
It's bigger than that now, y'all. It's so much bigger than that now.
And it was like 400 square feet. And the workshop was in the kitchen, and the shop was the counter was right outside the workshop, and the living room was the main floor to the shop, and the 1 bedroom was my office where I did readings, and the other bedroom was another little retail store. And we had nothing but the spirit to rely on. Absolutely. To tell people we were off the beaten path in this little
in an apartment
with no sign. It was a little sketchy, around the corner too. So.
Yeah, let's go see the Voodoo man in the apartment up the street, around the corner, up the stairs in the dark. Yeah, let's go do that. Yep. It takes some adventurous souls.
Oh yeah. And
we've all wandered into those places though.
And some people
we wouldn't be here if we hadn't.
Yeah, they would open the door and they go look real scared, like, and I go, yeah, it's a shop, and they go, oh man, I was getting ready to get shot.
Just walking into
somebody's house. I said, no, it's a shop, and you took a good chance. Come on in, And that's where it started, is right there, and people came. And they would sit on the front porch. One girl rented the apartment upstairs because we were downstairs.
At least you were downstairs. And that was a perk.
And it became a community around there. People were hanging around. And within our first year, we said, oh, we need more space. And I said, I don't know how we're going to do it. I said, anything bigger than this is going to kill us. And so the spirit,
what's meant to be can't be killed.
That's right. And the spirit will bring it. And I had a customer, she said, you looking to get into a new place? And I said, oh man, yes, but I'm locked into a 6-month lease right now. I'm locked into a year lease and I have 6 months left in it. And so she told me about this place. Well, months later, I'm driving on the East End coming from a meeting, and I get turned around, and by this time I'm looking for a new place for the shop. And I get stopped at this red light, at the crossroads again, and I'm looking, and there is this property that it needed a lot of work. Let's just say it like that. It needed a lot of love and attention.
And the store is right there by the crossroads.
And I said, I wonder if this is that property that my customer was telling me about. And I called her and asked her, and she said, that's the one. I said, well, give me the number. I called the owner of the property. They didn't even let me get anything but my name out of my mouth. And they said, the property's yours. I said, well, wait a minute. I need to tell you the plans that we have for it, because it's not a home. We're not trying to rent it as a home. We're trying to do all the, no, it's yours. We got to talk finances, and we got to talk all these things. Well, whatever you want to do, it's yours. The spirit will give it to you when you're ready for it. Okay.
Yes.
And from there it was faith.
I meant what she said.
Yep, it was from faith, and the rest is history, as you know it. I mean, it has come to be a beacon for so many people. Midtown Mojo Manufacturers is the part that makes the product.
Right.
Absalom's is the community.
And that's the name that people know.
Absalom's. Nobody needs to know Midtown Mojo Manufacturers. I mean, if you want to, that's great. That's got a long history, Midtown Mojo Manufacturers. That's what makes the product, and those are formulists in the back too that make those. I will make only so much product now. The business and everything has grown in the community where I have to put my attention in other places. But as a formulist, I have hand taught other formulists how to make this product, and it is a exceptional product. And I say product, but we talk about formulation. Here's something that I do take. You talk bragging rights in our product is that all of the formulas are unique. I have done hours and hours and hours of formulation and contemplation on just a single product. It's development. What herbs are we putting in it? What oils are we putting in it? What colors, stones, all of the alchemical process.
Absolutely.
When is it going to be made? It's not just
Under
something
what moon, what day, what time, it's a lot.
And we don't just say, oh, we're just going to throw this together and then put it on the shelf and sell it. We ethically,
We can't.
right? That's what we teach the Mambos. Ethically, we can't. If you're a formulist, you have to abide by the formula. Betty Crocker said, put 2 eggs in it, put 2 eggs in it. You know? And so all of our product is made in that way. There is nothing that we put for the community that is just without heart.
Okay, so what type of products are we talking about? So a lot of people watching, I guess they figured out, well, you mentioned that you were Mexican. You know, people might not know. But, so you are Mexican. What type of products, and do they relate back to your ancestry in any way? Are they for anyone? We're going to get into deities and different things of that nature. So, like, give me your top 3 products that you think, not that sell the most, but that are the most impactful.
Our candles, our oils, and our bath products.
Okay. Why?
Those are the most impactful because they are used by the people the most on a broad spectrum. Mm-hmm. You know, whatever the tradition is that the person is coming from, they can utilize those things very discreetly or very openly. You know, we design those things to be used as such. You know, not everybody wants to be out in the open with those things, and
and I've seen some things at your store that are not discreet at all, not even a little, and some things that are very, very discreet.
Mm-hmm, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, all the sex candles, the penis candles. Oh my God! You walk back there and it's just like, okay, there's a whole fuck wall. Like it's like.
Oh yeah, and you know, but. Those are not discreet. Yeah,
they're not.
All our figure candles.
And the funny thing is the person I took in with me was a virgin, so it was hilarious at the time.
Oh wow! Yep.
She was like, I was like, they're really not that big. It's okay. I'm sorry. I'll be back. I'm back. I'm good.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you know, those are the 3 products that people can find most impactful. And you know, our candles have such a unique design. They look pretty.
They do.
And they're beautiful.
They are, and they're not all shaped like that, y'all. That was just me being funny, but they do have some that are shaped like that, just in case you're interested.
Come by and see them. We have them in a variety of colors, shapes, and sizes.
You can write on them, put stuff in them. You can do all kinds of stuff to it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and that's all part of the formulation too.
Right.
You know, is people learn how to do those types of things. With all the, but so let me tell you about our figure candles, or excuse me, about our glass encased candles.
Okay.
There is a science behind them, and they're very effective. That's our biggest product, and what we do with that product when we develop it is, first part, when you look at it, like I said, it's very pretty, but there's a lot put into it. The imaging, we designed the imaging ourselves. And we'll never put on our candles the word alleged. When you look at other candles that you buy from the store, they'll say alleged. And my grandmother taught me,
never do that.
Because then
we
maybe allegedly it might work.
Right.
You know.
So you don't even believe this yourself?
We never sell a candle.
We all guessing at this point.
Oh yeah.
I came to you. You go guess. I'm gonna guess.
Yep. And we never sell a candle as for a novelty item only or coolio only. No, this is the double action reversing candle, and it's gonna double action and reverse that shit.
Right.
Yeah. The other thing is that we notice that when you fix a candle, In the art of loading the candle, you put a lot inside. You put a lot of oils, you put a lot of herbs and stones and stuff like that. Within that candle, that can take a chemical effect. You're creating a chimney. Well, all chimneys get soot in it, right?
Right.
Oh, that's the cat.
Sorry. Yeah, this has been the most interrupted show ever. We never
wore the black and the purple.
We never had that. I just took off the white in the closet. I was getting dressed, had it on, just took it off. It's like, I ain't never wore this dress before because I really have never worn this dress before. I was like, let's just put this on. I had on a white scarf and everything, took it off. But let's just take this off and, here's a purple one. Let's throw that on there. Let's do that. Let's see what that does today.
Spirit will guide. But so that creates a furnace.
Right.
And what that can lead to at the end of burning that is a big sooty mess. And often, sometimes it can create a fire hazard. The glass can get hot. It can break. The wax can catch on fire. All of the things that you put inside of it can catch on fire. It's a very dangerous process. And a lot of times people will run to superstition with those things. Oh God, the candle came out black and soot. I got rain clouds over me now, or the candle broke and some spirit or whatever. The mind will never go to the scientific logic of it, So when we make these candles, we make it one with a little bit of scientific logic in it. And the way we fix those candles is that we do put a coating of wax on the rim. And in that wax are the oils and things like that you would load on the inside. The gree-grees are all specifically mixed and blended. And
What's
selected.
a gree-gree?
Oh, the gree-gree is an old New Orleans term that comes from Africa, really. And it's all of your blends of your herbs and roots that you're mixing to either put in a mojo bag or to fix on a candle or things like that. So all those gree-grees, it's a recipe that I've developed. And they blend those and then they hand dip. Each one of those candles is hand dipped in the wax at the time and in the gree-gree at its time. And when that candle is lit and burns, what will happen is that candle will give you a cleaner burn on the inside. That means that if it does burn with soot,
then there is a reason.
We have something to look at.
Right.
If the candle does break, we have something to look at.
Right. It's not a upset chemical balance.
Correct.
It is an actual spirit, an actual. There's actually something we need to pay attention to.
Oh yes. Yep. And it's easier for the person to divinate the way the wax melts around the candle or on the image. Our paper is not plastic that we use on there, so that's why a lot of times people will see on those images where they're burnt on one side because the wick may lean too far to one side. So with our paper, it is a little bit more durable, and so you won't get those heat flames, as we call them. So if there is something there on that image, again, something we really want to look into.
Right.
So on those types of products, we involve a lot of the science in it so that we can get positive spiritual results. That's really what we want to see.
Okay. So we know if we need good products and we need scientific products and we need products that are effective without the smoke and mirrors. We know a good doctor that can help you with that. So let's talk about the actual. Hello, Bandersnatch. How are you?
Hey, baby.
I think this is your first time joining the show as well.
Oh yes, there you go. Pay the respect.
He comes to my YouTube channel and he'll visit while I'm doing readings, but this is the first time he's graced us with his presence on the show. So, welcome, Absalom. Welcome, Absalom. So, we have questions.
Ask.
So, anybody who watches the show, who watches my YouTube, who knows me, knows that I'm a great believer in oneness. And I think that people focus way too much on our differences and not enough on our similarities. So if you had to spot a similarity between a Muslim, a Christian, and someone who does voodoo, like a conjure doctor, what would some of those similarities look like?
I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check, no drip this, wet, tell 'em run it up, no sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch, tell 'em run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check, no drip this, wet, tell 'em run it up, no sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch, tell 'em run it up. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me.